Today I'm going to show you how adding a little bit of movement to your camera can actually make the look of your video look more interesting. In our first example here, I have my camera locked off on a tripod. We have Eric Hinsky standing on top of the box here. And when you look at the shot, it looks really boring because there's nothing going on. It just begs for somebody to reach in and hit the bobblehead. Now it looks much more interesting because something is moving. If your subject is static, and you don't have a slider or something like that with you, you're going to have to make the camera move with your body. The way I do this, first off, is to hand hold it. So I went over this in another video where I put the strap around my neck for a point of contact, resting my elbows on my stomach, and I'll just kind of rock back and forth just to add a little bit of excitement to this shot. Now, this will only work for a short period of time because it's uncomfortable to shoot like this, and it's still a little bit shaky, I would say. So my personal favorite thing to do for adding movement is using a monopod. Put the camera on a monopod. The monopod adds a lot of stability to the shot, but you can still tell that somebody's holding it. So we'll take a look at the shot here. You can see it moving around a little bit, but it's still pretty solid. It's a favorite look for me because it looks organic. You can tell that somebody's there in the shot holding the camera, and this is my preferred method of adding movement. There are loads of items on the market that you can buy that are designed specifically to make your camera move, like this Kessler pocket dolly I have here. Now I use this all the time, like in this shot that you're seeing right now. I have two items in the frame. They're both working against each other to try and add a little more excitement to the shot. These work fantastically well out in the field, but you have to have the time to set them up. And if you don't have the time to set them up, you have to improvise with what you have. When I am in a hurry and I need to add movement, sometimes I'll just use what I have with me. The tripod, for example. You can see in the shot on the screen at the chicken farm here, basically all I'm doing is just rocking the camera on the two legs. So I'll find a focus point that I want, and then I just rock the legs back and forth, and it gives you this kind of crane-like feeling. Another thing I like to do is I'll take a tripod or a monopod, and I'll just stick the end of it in my belt. And what that does, it gives me A, new perspective, and B, adds a lot of stability to the camera. Rest the monopod on my belt, hold on to the strap, and kind of mimic the actions of a crane. And you can see that from this shot taken in Jamaica on the screen right now, the road sign just coming by, nice and gently mimicking the crane. So there you have some tips and tricks on how to add movement to your video to make it just a little more interesting. For thestar.com, I'm Randy Risling.